I don't know. My favorite Sonic characters tend to be... I don't know. I'm pretty sure my favorite characters are just the funny ones like Big the Cat and Dr. Eggman.
Oh, he was the best.
But, Shadow, I'm not... I don't mind Shadow. I'm always interested to see how they, like, try to incorporate him into new games, only because he's so different from, like, the style they've kind of been going for lately, yet they're still trying to keep him around, because he's such a popular character, so... I mean, that's the reason they brought him back from the dead. People like their itch.
They do indeed. Just look at Shadow the Hedgehog. Everyone loved that game.
Did they?
Yes. It was universally praised.
It actually sold pretty well.
Nah, that game isn't that great.
A lot of the people I know who like that game always say the same thing. Not everyone, but a lot of people I know say like, oh, the game's not bad, people just hate it because it's violent and has guns. That has nothing to do with it.
No.
I wouldn't care if it had, like, Shadow decapitating, like, Dr. Eggman. Like, if it's not a good game. That is weird that happens. Well, I mean, he doesn't actually kill him, but
He karate chops him.
I honestly thought he was actually killing him when I was younger. I was like, what?
I don't know, he might be killing him.
But then all the endings lead to the same, like, story though.
Yeah, but there's only like one of them that's actually true, and it's not that one.
Oh, I thought they were all true, and then like just
no,
whatever.
there were like what ifs, and there's one that is actually true, and that one leads to the final one.
All right.
I'm not sure which one it is though. I think it's one of the ones where you fight Doom at the end.
Well, I couldn't care less about that game, honestly. Like that game is just so boring. It's like that a lot of people point to like Sonic 06 and stuff as like an example of the worst. But honestly, I think of Shadow the Hedgehog when it comes to like the worst 3D Sonic game, because it has the same kind of tedious, boring level design from Sonic Heroes, but it's actually worse. Like, it has more problems on top of that. It's true. If people like that... By the way, if anybody out there likes these games that I'm totally ripping on, that's absolutely fine. I don't mind. I just think they're terrible. Doesn't mean you're wrong. Doesn't mean I'm right. Just means I don't like them.
You know, I've just realised that Shadow the Hedgehog the game is a lot like Kingdom Hearts coded. How most of it doesn't matter.
I don't think any of that game really matters.
It's
I mean,
like, hey, I wrote a letter, give it to Sora, that's what matters in that game.
Yeah. Honestly, I think there are... I think, Shadow the Hedgehog is worse than this game, honestly, because at least this game... I mean, I know I was saying I don't find this game really that entertaining anymore, but I think this game, at least at some point, had some entertainment value. Which even when I was a kid, I didn't like Shadow the Hedgehog, and that was like rare for Sonic. Like I even liked the ones that I don't like now. Like I liked Sonic Heroes as a kid. And I liked I mean, well, Sonic Heroes is the only one that comes to mind, but I didn't like Shadow as a kid, is what I'm saying. I didn't enjoy that game at all. I didn't like the story, the way the game played.
I think for the most part this is a worse game than Shadow the Hedgehog, but I prefer to play this game over Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh, this game is like less finished, don't get me wrong, but I have less fun playing Shadow the Hedgehog than this, I'm the same.
I think there's just more to do in this game, or at least it's not as repetitive as Shadow the Hedgehog.
If I'm completely honest, I'm not super against the idea of them trying to make, like, gritty Sonic spin-offs. I don't think the fact that they were gritty was the reason they failed. I think the fact that they were gritty is the only reason they Shadow the Hedgehog sold any copies at all, because people want the edgy Sonic. I think they could make it less cheesy and like a bit less forced, but I don't mind them doing that inherently. It's not like something I'm super interested in, but I don't mind living with that. The problem is that they're not good games. Well, that wasn't a good game, and clearly it didn't lead to any other games because they just never did that again.
I thought the multiplayer was pretty cool. Not fun, but cool.
I thought it was terrible.
But I mean, I didn't like playing it, but I thought it was really cool how those shadow androids, like in the story.
It was going to be Sonic originally.
Yeah, but they can't give Sonic a gun.
Well, I don't know if he would have had guns, but he was going to be like the one you play as in the other character in multiplayer.
Yeah,
Some
I think
unused
the
voice
shadow
lines.
androids are really cool though.
I don't mind the fact that there's a lot of Sonic characters. I think a big misconception that people have is that there's too many Sonic characters, which I don't agree with at all, because there's like just as many like Mario characters or whatever. The problem is that it's only a problem when they're badly written and when they try to cram like all of them into one game. That's when it's a problem. Like not
this
when
game.
they just... Yeah, like this game, like Sonic Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog. You don't have to have all of them, just have like a few and give them more spotlight for that particular game. Like, in this game we're gonna make Knuckles an important side character, or in this game we're gonna make Amy more important, but like, I don't know, it gets to the point where they just want to cram them all in and they don't care about how interesting or fun they are to play. They haven't done that in a while. They're like so afraid of doing that now that it's like they're nervous to ever... It's very rare they'll even make it so you can play as anyone other than Sonic now.
Yeah, it is.
Sega has been like really strict on like what they do, but sometimes I feel like they do it for the wrong reasons. Like they get the wrong impression. Like Sonic should always be the only playable character, or Sonic games should never have anything slightly gritty in them. I don't think that's true. I think they were just done really badly when they tried it, and people just think that that's like the way it is now. When they look at it, like, this is what Sonic has become, a Shadow the Hedgehog game. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've checked out completely.
Hey, you know what's a good game?
This.
Sheepdog and Wolf.
It was a good game. It is a good game. Yes, I want to spread the word. Sheepdog and Wolf on the PS1, also known as Looney Tunes Sheep Raider in the US, I believe, is a really, really weirdly good game. It is weirdly good because, I say weirdly good because it's based off a pretty obscure license. It's based off the Ralph the Wolf and Sam the Sheepdog cartoons, the Looney Tunes ones, but there were only like 4 or 5 of them. There were not very many, and I barely saw them as a kid. So it's like, not only is it based off something really obscure, but it was like, it's a licensed game, and it's like, why was it even made? Because it's not like a popular IP anyway. Well, I guess Looney Tunes is, but not specifically that part of Looney Tunes. So
It's a they made a really good game out of it though.
it's really good. Like there's so much like weird. It's so much like attention to detail. It's got a
It's
weird
got such
amount of
cute
polish.
sheep.
It's hard for me to really explain. Like we would have to like play it sometime
Yeah.
because like. I mean, like, in a video, because, like, that game just has there's so much to, like, say, like, even just...
You have to show it. That's the thing.
'Cause even when I saw it yesterday, it was, I was surprised by how much, like, attention to detail was that I just forgot about, like, basically in the game you have to, like, steal sheep, and it's like every level there's one less sheep in the flock, but
And
they've
Sam
moved
the
to a
sheepdog man, if he sees you, get ready to run for the hills.
Yeah, it's like scarier than Amnesia.
Oh god, it's killing me.
It's a good game. It's got a funky soundtrack. Got feels pretty good to control. Feels better than Crash 1, to be honest. Maybe not better than Crash 2. Crash 2.
Surprisingly good platforming.
Whereas there was There was another. They had a Bugs Bunny Lost in Time on the PS1 as well, and I don't believe that actually. I think that didn't control too well. I don't think that was
No,
actually very
it
good.
definitely didn't control as well as Sheep Dog.
And I don't know for sure if this is true, but I think they also use the same animation technique they do for Crash Bandicoot, where they like animate the vertexes, so like they can make them more expressive without giving them a skeleton, without relying on a skeleton.
Oh
Run out
no,
of battery.
my battery's died. I'll just take some out my Guitar Hero guitar.
I've been using a wired controller recently because I got sick of... Well, actually, it was an accident, but I realised how much I prefer it after using it for a while, not having to worry about batteries anymore.
I'm always using wired when it comes to PC.
Well, because I bought an Xbox One controller not knowing it was wired only, but I just kind of rolled with it, and I liked the controller better, and the wire is annoying, but not having to worry about batteries and buying more is pretty great. And I'm sure there is a way around it, like a charger dock or something, but honestly, I just don't care. I just want a controller. I just want to press buttons. I'm not looking to create the optimal experience.
You just want to make the jumpy man jump. I'll turn on you. There we go.
Yeah, my favourite kind of games are the ones where you can just kind of run around and jump and stuff. I don't like it when you're like in a car or like you're in a vehicle of any kind. That's why I'm not immediately interested in games like racing games and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm okay with shooters, but it depends. Usually shooters are more gritty because they've got like guns and stuff, and I like kind of cartoony kiddie games, like Ukulele, as we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, Ukulele. Well, there's so many games that need to beat. That's quite high on the list, that game.
Well, I know the reason you stopped was because I said you should wait until because they announced the update, and I said you should probably just wait until the update because it'll be more fun that way. But the update's out now.
Yeah, but Crash Bandicoot's coming out tomorrow, so I'm like,
I'm gonna play Crash Bandicoot.
that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm waiting for.
That's what many people have done. Some people, quite a lot of people already have copies.
Yeah, I was watching a stream earlier of it, and it's like, yeah, this game was cool.
Though, shame on them forever for not remaking like the title screens for each game. There is no room for forgiveness in my heart
Those
for
title
that.
screens are so iconic.
They are for all 3 games. Like the first one where it's like he runs through and the sign, he gets like scared by the sign. Second one where he's like on a jetpack, and what about the third one isn't iconic? Everyone loves that one.
Yeah, it's like, developed by Naughty Dog, then they all come out of the box, and it's like, ugh. Then the thing goes on the screen, and the guy says, warped!
Yeah, that's... Like, they could have done the same thing, but like, developed by Vicarious Visions! I don't know.
And you know what's also
based on
great
a game.
about the warped title screen?
Mm-hmm.
You can use it to access a Spyro demo.
That probably wouldn't have been in the Insane Trilogy.
Yeah, probably not, but it's amazing. I love that.
I think it always surprises me when I see like how many people have like such a high demand for Crash, and in the same way, like everyone's like, I love Team Racing, I love the Crash 3 or Crash 2 or whatever, but it's like so many people do it, and it makes me wonder like why are they not pushing Crash further? Like when they first announced the Insane Trilogy, when the guy walked on the screen, he was just doing like a explanation like, hey, so we're gonna bring you Crash 1, 2, and 3, and then like he kept getting like cut off by like the crowd just cheering and exploding. Like they should have just made a video, didn't need a guy to tell them, should have shown the video and then brought the guy out. That's how you hype for real.
When you mention Crash, people's dicks get blown off.
I feel like Sony, or just a lot of people, game publishers, or whoever's pulling the strings, Activision, they tend to underestimate how many people actually are obsessed with this series. And I can kind of see why, because they didn't really make any proper Crash games for a while. But the original trilogy was. They should do it's. I think even if they're not going to make new games after this, they should at least do team racing because so many people love that game.
I think they should too. Yeah.
Like every time I hear anybody talk about the Insane trilogy on the internet, they always mention like, oh, they should totally do team racing next.
They should. The original 4 Naughty Dog titles.
They should do team racing, but they should add more tracks and more characters.
And do the animation right, unlike Naughty Dog in that one.
Nah, they must have had like a different team, because it seems weird that they got that weird like Echo model which just opens and then instantly closes its mouth with no like transition.
It is very weird. Especially coming off the other games. It just doesn't look good. The Crash Bash opening looks better than watching Aku talk.
Yeah.
If you ignore Monkey.
I'm also still a little unclear about how Coco works exactly, because in some sense I've been led to believe that you need to play Crash Free and then send her into the time machine. And then
I've seen she just shows up when you get to Papu.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I guess we'll know when we play. I'm sure the information's out there somewhere, but I can't find it, and I can't be bothered. I'm just a terrible person.
Anyway.
I've become so goddamn lazy the past, like, couple weeks. Specifically the past couple weeks. Like, I don't know what's happened. I've just become so, like, just lazy in attitude, lazy in what I do. Like, I think the summer, there's too much free time. There's not enough urgency. I need someone to like hold me at gunpoint and tell me they're gonna shoot me if I don't go outside and go shopping or something.
I'd do that, but I don't have a gun and I'm nowhere near you.
Also, you would probably go to prison if you had one. Har har har. Ruining the joke. Har har har.
Yeah, a little bit. I'll go to prison a little bit. You know. That can't be done, but I'd find a way.
They have the middle mouths in this game. It looks bad on Shadow and Sonic and Silver. But not on everybody. I say those. It's always the Hedgehog characters that it looks bad on.
It only seems to look good on Blaze. Because she has a small one than everyone. Even Amy has a big one and she's supposed to have a pretty small one.
I'm kind of not sure about Blaze. I think Blaze looks weird with a giant mouth as well. Like, well, at least with a giant one in the middle of her.
Oh, I thought my game crashed. Ooh.
No, game's just being unfinished as usual.
Save the archaeologist. Is it Nico Robin? I hope so.
Yeah. She's cool.
She's my favourite archaeologist, and then it's Lara Croft.
My favorite One Piece character is probably Chopper. Or maybe Usopp, I don't know.
Well, I am. Chopper is totally dead.
Yeah, he's a dead boy.
Yeah, Anaru killed him. Oh wait, not Anaru, his priest. Yeah, his priest killed him, the guy with the sword.
I hope nobody's gonna like hear that and think, "Whoa, spoiler!"
Well, when did that happen? Wasn't like how many years ago?
Skypiea was like ages ago.
Okay, if it came out before Sonic 06, you should have already seen it.
Well, I mean, I think Skypiea. I don't know if Skypiea was going when the dub started. I don't know where they were when the dub started.
They were. It was like right after that one with the kids who got stuck in the mist, and was supposed to be old.
No, I mean like what year? If the dub had started around the time that those episodes started airing in Japan. I mean.
Ah, well, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, it happened a long time ago, and you should have already watched it. I've come to it quite late.
Or maybe they just don't watch One Piece, and they have no idea what we're talking about.
Oh yeah. You should watch Dragon Ball Z though, because it's exactly the same as this game.
Anime is weird because it's like it's just as easy for it's like there's people there are so many people who hate it just as much as some people love it. Like such a mixed bag.
I know someone who doesn't like anime.
I went for a phase where I didn't like anime, but it was more so because I was seeing a lot of like the same tropes repeated over and over again. It's when that happens that it starts to get annoying for me.
By the way, I don't know what I just did in the game. I kind of phased out then.
I don't know either. I haven't been paying any attention to the game. This is not a good playthrough.
Oh my! I think I know what's gonna happen.
Purely because of me. What?
I think I know what's gonna happen. This might be the part with that voice clip where the guy has to redo his line. I love this.
Oh yeah, it's quite. They had one of those in Oblivion actually.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this kind of thing. It's amazing. Rouge, stop dying.
I can almost forgive it in Oblivion because it's like Oblivion's. There's so many goddamn characters and voice lines and stuff, but I also feel like they could have like patched it out or something.
But couldn't they just have like cut it or something?
I'm sure there's a mod that's fixed it, like an unofficial bug patch or something.
Say you could have done it to this.
They didn't care enough. I think Sega just wanted this game out, and that's it. They don't want feedback or anything.
I think this might be it if someone talks to us. No, there's no one going to talk to us. It's going to happen eventually, and it's going to be hilarious.
In Oblivion, it's funny because it's like there's like a whole. It's basically the same in Oblivion. It's like this lady like says like, "Oh, did you hear about the horrible thing?" And then she finishes talking, and then like right after that she says, "Oh wait, let me do that again," and then she says it again, the exact thing all over again.
Oh, that's great. What was I supposed to? I got the thing. We're supposed to go fight Mephiles. Isn't Wave Ocean next? Oh wait. Spring. I was thinking Rings, but this ain't Sonic. Even though Shadow can do that. Okay, so I'm gonna be after this level where the guy says the line.
Maybe.
I'm sure it's somewhere around this part of the game. Ah, not again.
I like Killer needs to go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
But I don't feel like I should during a recording.
Oh yeah, I'll still
How professional am I? No, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay and suffer.
Okay, it's your bladder. You can go through the floor in this, I think. Hang on. Yeah, you can.
What a great game.
This is actually the part where Sonic ran through when he was going really fast, I think.
You see, it's kind of weird because some people say like, occasionally some people debate over whether it's fair to even criticize this game because it was like rushed and unfinished. And in a way, I kind of agree, only in the sense that like you don't know what's finished and what wasn't. I mean, on one hand, it's like if the game has been like released, you should be able to just criticize it as what it is. But it's like, I'm pretty sure they knew it was broken even when they released it. I think they just wanted to release it and sell copies for the Xbox launch.
Yeah, but a lot of the things in this game actually could have been patched.
I mean, they lost a whole year of development time. That is pretty significant in any game, especially a game of this size. Like, they probably had people like working overtime and stuff just to get this game out when it was out. That's what happened with Sonic Boom. They had people like working extended hours,
Yeah.
and working weekends and stuff,
And
all
killing
to
themselves to make this game.
release a game which was terrible and was one of the worst-selling Sonic games of all time.
And somehow they made DLC for this.
They probably planned it like in advance or something.
Probably, but hey, how about you just do some patches instead? But the DLC is not bad, actually. It actually does change up the levels quite a bit.
It's the same kind of DLC they did for Sonic Unleashed, isn't it? Just like hard mode.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. They had hard mode and super hard mode. I think I only bought the hard mode for Sonic.
A little sad they didn't do that for Generations. I think that was a very big missed opportunity from them.
Oh, that should have had DLC.
I'm worried Sonic Forces is going to be really short as well.
Oh, by the way, you can, if you go up a wall, right, and just spam this thing, you can go just about anywhere.
Yep. They didn't test this game at all.
That's right. It's very easy to break this level, but that will take a while, so I'm not going to do it. Hey, do you remember what you said yesterday when we were playing Sheepdog and Wolf?
Oh yeah. Out of context, with no context at all, what I said was they should have their genitals licked pleasurably, or something like that. Essentially, I just thought it sounded funny out of context, but like, well, even in context, it was a bit of a silly thing to say. But like,
it's funny either way. That sentence is just really funny.
Well, the context was that I was saying I said something. It's actually a little inappropriate. I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry if this offends anybody, but I said it wasn't like racist or anything. Okay, I'll just say it. Like, basically, I said like, why do the creators of this game not get their dick sucked every day? And then I was like, oh, or vaginas. I shouldn't discriminate. And then I just said, you know what? Let me rephrase that. Why don't the creators of this game just get their genitals licked pleasurably in general?
At some point, I proposed using the word vagina. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. I remember you did indeed say that. I don't know. The point I was trying to make was that I thought it was a very good game, and I think it's weird how obscure it is, despite how good. I guess just because it came so late in the PS1's life cycle.
Yeah, 2001.
It was at a point where, I mean, the entire Crash trilogy was out by this point.
Yeah, it was out by 1998. Then they had CTR.
I guess there was just no reason to care at that point. I don't know.
I feel like Sheepdog and Wolf should have been one of those games that had a remake on PS2 like the year after, like some of these did.
I was just gonna say, I feel like that story we just told was nowhere near as funny when you're recounting it. Like, it was more of a in the moment kind of thing.
It was.
But it's because I'm less stiff and awkward when I'm not recording, because I'm more conscious about what I'm saying. When I'm like just when I'm just talking and I'm not like recording myself and just hanging out, it's like I don't care. I don't really filter myself because there's no reason to. But rest assured, right now I'm terrified. Not really. I'm not terrified, but I am a lot more self-conscious than I normally am. I'm a self-conscious person to begin with, which means I shouldn't really be doing commentary at all, but whatever, we're here, let's do it.
I think your commentary makes mine a lot better, because usually I just don't know what to say. I played the game
I'm kind of getting to the point where I don't know what to say, because when I first started live streaming, I always had something to say, and I was just...
Sonic.
Well, it's like not even just with Sonic, but with like other stuff as well. But like now, whenever I live stream it, after like playing for about 30 or 40 minutes, I just get to a point where I have no clue what to say anymore, and I just start going quiet, and I just try my best to comment on everything I see, and it just gets like, oh, look at that lighting is nice and stuff. It just gets really boring and cringy.
Hey, look, this level has the sunset.
It's literally just mundane stuff like that, like, oh, that voice acting wasn't very good, or oh, that texture looks nice. Stuff that nobody is interested in. I essentially just stop commentating and I just start making observations. Like, it's really bad. But I don't know. I wouldn't want to like have a career as a Let's Player anyway. It sounds like a terrible like job. If you're not, like, a lot of the people who are successful at it, it's literally like their life, like their hobby. It's like their hobby, their life, like it's like their thing, basically. Whereas a lot of people are just like, yeah, I want to make a job so I can just play video games and then do the rest of my life. No, it is your life.
Yeah, that's right.
and it's there's probably a lot of there's a lot of stuff you don't see with Let's Players, I think. It sounds glamorous in theory, but you actually have to be really dedicated to get.
You have to absolutely love doing it. But
Well,
I don't think I would though.
the thing is, even the people who are successful, they weren't successful overnight. They went for years, actual years, with barely getting any subscribers, and then suddenly usually what happens is they'll get a shout out or something. They'll just put them up.
Markiplier just told us, just did a video telling us about how he did that.
Yep, it happened to Jacksepticeye as well. I think PewDiePie was barely getting any subscribers, but he was one of the first people to do the whole horror reaction compilation thing, or at least one of the ones that really entertained enough people to share it, and basically then that's when he just kind of started blowing up.
And
But
his first video was a Minecraft video.
but before that, he was just doing
Minecraft
he was just
and
doing
right?
well, I don't know exactly what he was doing, but he was barely getting anything. He had a 100 subscriber thank you video and stuff like that. It's everyone. It's a lot of it's based on. It's a combination of dedication, endless, unwavering dedication, and also luck. That's how you get big on YouTube.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's it sounds like quite a soul-crushing thing. It probably hurts your self-esteem a lot. And I don't want a job which is going to make me feel like I don't matter. I want a job that makes me feel like I matter. Because nobody really matters, but you don't want to be reminded of that.
Nothing really matters. Anyone can see.
I can see. This game, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
This,
I've just
this,
realized something about the shadows.
Which one? The lighting or the him?
The lighting. Have you noticed the shadows on Gamma? How there's ones with all those lines and stuff, and you can see them rouge right now. I don't know. It's just
It's
kinda, I'm just thinking, hey, emulation bug, but this is actually not an emulator, so it just looks really weird.
This is. We're recording this from the Xbox.
Yeah. And look at Shadow's head. You can see the clipping for his spines. It looks like emulation bugs.
Nope. It's just a buggy game.
When your game can't even look nice.